What's up, guys? Marvelous Mark here, and I wanted to do a comic review for issue 166 of The Walking Dead called No Surrender. All right, well, this is the issue right here, and there's actually a lot of stuff that went on during this issue. We finally got to see the Saviors, now led by Sherry. She finally got in and basically held Rick up at gunpoint, and she had Dwight, she had Heath, a couple more Alexandrians with her. But quickly Dwight got the upper hand and pointed his machine gun towards the Saviors. But of course, the Saviors, they have more numbers, and Rick and the group right now, they're so overwhelmed taking care of what the Whisperers did, what Beta did, and they really just don't have time to start another war with another group, especially the Saviors, because the Saviors are ruthless people. And so far in the comics, they had Negan as the leader. Then Negan, of course, he was defeated. Then they had Dwight. Dwight didn't want to lead. Then after that, I believe there was no one. And then finally Sherry stepped up. And in here, Sherry finally, her and Rick have a face-to-face and begin to talk to one another. And Sherry, she really wants nothing to do with Alexandria, with Hilltop, with Kingdom. She doesn't want anything to do with the trading, nothing, no networking. She doesn't want anything to do with that. She wants the Saviors to be a whole separate being by itself. She just wants to control that, and that's it. And which is not a problem, but Rick sees that as a threat, because now he has to worry about the Saviors again, while he's still in charge of this war that's going on with the Whispers. And of course, that war is not over, because they still have thousands of zombies to kill and to get that over with. But Sherry, she just wants to end the relationship permanently, and Rick, he sees it as a threat. And then Sherry just he tells her that she's not crazy, but then she's like, how can you not be crazy after all this time? And she finally just like breaks, and Sherry attacks Rick, and Rick is not doing anything. He's trying to calm her down and calm her down, but then she pulls a knife out on Rick. So then he has no choice. He kicks her. They both fall to the ground, and after they fall to the ground, Sherry, she's still trying, still steadily trying to stab Rick with her knife. But then Rick pushes her, and then I think her neck hits the edge of the table, and she ends up dead, which is gonna be really bad, because once Rick goes back and talks to the Saviors, it's gonna be a problem, because they just killed Sherry. And Andrea, at the end of the comic, she comes in and she reveals to Rick that she was bitten the issue before this one. So she tells Rick what she shows him the bite, and he already fears. He knows what's gonna happen. He fears for the worst. He knows. There were some other little cool spots in the comics. Carl comes back. He saves Rick. He was about to get bitten by a zombie, but Carl saved him, and everything turned out good. Now, but issue 166, No Surrender, is pretty good. I recommend it. I recommend you get it. It's pretty cool. The artwork's really great. Everything in here, Sherry, and even Rick killing a woman, like, I mean, it was an accident, but he still killed a woman. I wonder what the people of Alexandria, even Hilltop and Kingdom, are gonna think of that, because that's still, right now, as of now, the Saviors are still a network connected to them. And after this, it's gonna cause more war. And then Rick and the group, they don't need that right now. You really don't see much of the Whisperers anymore. Well, at least in this issue, is more just Saviors and just killing walkers. Everyone showing each other. There's even one part where Sherry sees Negan again, and she just can't believe he's not dead. He's just like, hi. And then yeah, like Negan, it's pretty cool now that Negan's actually helping Rick. I feel like it's just like a trick that Negan's pulling on Rick, that after maybe a few months, maybe even a year. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but Negan to me is going to kill Rick. That's how Rick is going to die. That is my opinion, or that is how Negan is gonna die. Either or, vice versa. Either Rick's gonna kill Negan after a while, or Negan's gonna kill Rick after a while. And I really want Negan to kill Rick because I feel with Negan, he just is so much more character. I know Rick has been there since the beginning. We've been following his story, but Negan is just so much more character and so much more interesting. And it's cool that we got to get a little backstory on Negan uh, a few months ago with showing how everything, what he was going through before he even created the Savers. And it was cool seeing that his bat was named after his wife, Lucille, seeing how he didn't even kill her. The boy that he met killed her. Like, he felt bad after that. So it's just like Negan has a really dark past, and just still with this dark past just continues on into the future. But yeah, and I'm gonna show you this one right here, this volume, The Walking Dead, The Whisper War, Volume 27. This is out now. I think it came out a couple weeks ago. I barely got it today. And The Whisper War, it's really good. I really recommend you get this volume. You don't have to get all the single issues unless, because the single issues, they all combine into like one big picture together. And it's pretty cool. I always get the single issues in the volumes because they always they form a picture. Even with the volumes, you put all the volumes together, the zombies connect, like onto each cover. But Alpha getting her head cut off by Negan was a big turning point in the war, and that really helped Rick out so much. And he knows it did. I'm pretty sure he thanks Negan for doing that. And Negan is just trying to build that trust with Rick. It could be that Negan doesn't even want to kill Rick, that he's just trying to be on his side and just work with them. And maybe even later, Negan can take control back of the Savers and have a relationship with Rick that's not war, that is just, they can communicate, trade together, the same thing, networking, things that Sherry doesn't want to do, but now she can't do now that Rick killed her. But also too, in the Whisperer War, you get to see a lot of Negan. His bat breaks, and that's an effect on him that it's really bad. It's basically his wife. He sees it as his wife, and it's cool that we got to see, like I said, the backstory about that. So now we understand why the bat is so important and why he talks to his bat. He like, it's crazy. I don't know. He's a crazy man. But yeah, man. This volume right here, volume number 27, The Whisper War. I recommend you get this just to check out the whole Whisper War. And back to what I was talking about before, issue 166, No Surrender. I totally recommend you get this. And I feel like the next issue, I haven't seen the cover for issue 167, but it's getting intense, and I really fear for Rick too. I feel like he might die. Andrea's gonna die. There's no way she can come back after that. She's bitten the neck. She can't come back. They can't just cut off her head and she's just walking around with her body. You can't do that. But yeah, Andrea's gonna die. Rick, I'm not so sure yet. I feel like he is, and then I feel like he's not. He just gets so many close calls now because, like, he doesn't even have his good shooting hand. Like in the show, he still has his hand. His leg is messed up because of Negan, and he's really a broken man. Like, he's really broken. And well, yeah, guys, this issue, just check it out. A lot of cool stuff in here. Here's one of the parts here. Sherry and Rick having a little confrontation. Yeah, guys, just like I said, get The Walking Dead No Surrender issue 166. It's really good. I give it probably 9 out of 10. So yeah, guys, check back probably tomorrow or maybe Friday for a new video. Yeah, guys, so just let me know. Like, subscribe, share this video, do whatever you can to get me out there, The Marvelous Mark. yeah, guys, just make sure hit that like button. So yeah, thanks, guys.